Oh hey, it's Johannes here again. Yeah, I bet you're pretty tired of me already by now, or maybe you're not. I don't know. So I just realized that this is the last lesson was supposed to be the last lesson, but actually we didn't talk about anything about posting content, and that's funny because good quality content is really the basis of growing any kind of presence online, or specifically growing presence on Instagram. So here's my 2 cents about creating awesome content. Think about content as something that really represents your brand and what your beliefs are. And think about, why would people want to interact with your content? For example, if you're posting just pictures of your product from different angle, it gets really boring, right? So you need to be showing people unique ways your product is being used or your service being used, and they really want to see like different angles of your life, of your business. So here's what I always I'm not gonna dive into like you should post about your shoes, you should post about your I don't know, what did you do today, or you should post about customer success stories or something like that. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm just gonna really fundamentally say what type of content it should be. Now, Instagram is about promoting lifestyle, and you probably see those kind of luxury, money, cars, girls related posts getting a lot of attention, and that's the way Instagram is. If you're a pretty girl, if you travel a lot in the world, Instagram is a wonderful place for you. Instagram audience is gonna love you, seriously. Now, but if you aren't a girl, if you're a guy like me, for example, or if you, I don't know, maybe don't travel that much, kind of just do your simple day-to-day tasks, and there's nothing that fancy about it, then it's gonna be, I wouldn't say it's gonna be hard, it's just gonna be different. You shouldn't really take the similar approach as they are and hoping the same kind of results. So for example, if you're looking at my account, I don't really post that a lot of content, but when I do, I really make sure that this content is the absolute best content that it can be. And every time I create content, I always think about in these kind of 3 main domains, which is, it needs to be entertaining, it needs to be inspiring, and it needs to be educational. If I just nail one of these themes very specifically, then it's very likely that this post is gonna get some good engagement. So nobody likes like random posts about flower and hey, it's a pretty flower. Well, it's a pretty flower, I can't agree with that, but it doesn't get engagement. Rather, you make a video about, I don't know, flower in a wind in a slow motion, and talk about some kind of poetry there. I don't know, I'm just kind of drifting off now here, but basically you want to engage people emotionally on some level. Either it's like funny, humorous, entertaining, you make it fun, people like humor, so they will engage with you. Either it's inspiring, people like to be pushed out of from the door. They like to be they like to be inspired to do something. So either if you're good at speaking, for example, then it's a good way to start starting a channel around inspiration and that kind of thing. Or it can be educational. For example, people go online to learn stuff. For example, you're watching this course right now to learn about Instagram marketing. So educational content is always engaging. So if you can put those 3 things together into one, you make a post that is super inspirational, super educational, and super funny, then you are golden, really. That's what internet wants, and that's what Instagram wants, because those girls that are traveling and some often don't wear a lot of clothes, and they get a lot of attention and because their content is inspiring. A lot of people want to be like them, or a lot of people want to be with them, or something like that. And it's not educational maybe, but it's definitely inspiring, and it's inspiring in a very deep emotional level. So if you can provide content that's very educational on a deep level, that's good. If you can provide content that's very entertaining, like there's lots of comedy channels out there that are doing really well. So think about that. If you're funny, use it. So, and if you're posting and if you're making those posts, obviously you want to make them look as good quality as you possibly can. If you're doing any kind of graphical work and you're not a graphical designer yourself, I would suggest using Canva, canva.com, to compose your images or or make those posts look nice. And there are like tons of different apps that you can use to make those posts. I think like in the end it really depends what's your product or what's your service. Maybe you're a kind of brand that really wants to shoot a lot of content and you don't want to use a lot of graphics. That's fine too. And I think Evian is better because people really want to see another person behind the post. That's more relatable than just a simple graphic of some sort. If we're talking about stories and you really want to stand out, then there's something that I've been trying out myself quite a while, is to really go out there, shoot a lot of content with my camera. I use also a gimbal, so the video is very smooth, it doesn't shake a lot, and feels like kind of Hollywood. And then I take those clips and I edit them afterwards. I use Adobe Premiere to edit them into a very nice story. I add some music there, I add some slow motions, I have some cool transitions, and those kinds of little things make story really, really engaging. And people have really reached out to me and say like, wow, this is a really nice story. Like what kind of tools are you using and so on. So if you have the skill set, or even if you don't have the skill set, maybe you have the money to hire somebody who has the skill set, like me. I'm just kidding. Anyway, this is a very good way to really spice up your content and really make your brand or make your product or your service pop up from the whole crowd of everything. So this is really it. I hope you had some aha moments with this course. I really truly want to help a lot of people out in terms of growing their online presence and growing their Instagram accounts. And this course is free, so it's gonna be free. And I'm gonna add more content here as time goes on. So you might want to be subscribed to my newsletter. Don't just unsubscribe after this course. And yeah, if you have more questions or you just want to have a chat with me, I'll be happy to. Just send me a message or an email. Thanks again for taking the course, and I'll see you around. Bye.